Hey everyone, Rob Wise Guy 82 here again. Another contest video. This one is for Rez. Freaking awesome YouTuber. I'm very new to the channel. I don't think she's been around for too long. About a month, well, more than a month of videos, I think. But absolutely awesome. Love the channel. Love the delivery. Love the personality. Love that you're in the armed forces. That's basically, well, right there is one of the questions, is why you're subbed to their channel. And I mean, I guess the best way to put it is basically you're my comic book soulmate. So one of the questions out of the way, but she's got a bunch for us. So like I said, we're going to show some books. Definitely a great way to get to know somebody. So love doing this. One of the things is you got to follow on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I've got one of the three, so technically not an entry video, but definitely a support video. So anybody else out there, just make sure that you're following on those three platforms, and that automatically, at least, so you got to be subbed to the YouTube channel, and then those other three platforms. So like I said, not an entry video, but a support video. So the first question is your three favorite genres. And so for this one's not really in any particular order. A lot of it depends on, I mean, there's so many new books coming out, so I mean, your favorite genre could switch when, depending on what comes out, but sci-fi, fantasy, horror, those would probably be my three. I mean, then crime noir and superhero would I mean, so yeah, but sci-fi, I love the space, but now, Minga, if combine any of those, and I'm way chubbed up. There's a lot of cool books out there that are doing that. And of course, now that I'm saying that, I'm drawing blanks. But you've got like a couple of the new ones, Hadrian's Wall, kind of like a crime noir in space. Another one that is still coming out, but a little bit more infrequently, is The Fuse. And a cool one from Aftershock Comics was one of the first 4 books that came out from them. It was Replica. So that was a really good one. I think that was 5 or 6 issues. Combining, like, I love that stuff. Oh, and another one of my favorites is Black Magic. Greg Rucka and Nicola Scott. You got witches, she's a detective. So those are, I love when they combine things like that. So next question is 3 favorite artists. Got an overall, and then I got a no particular order type thing again, but anybody who's seen my channel, Gabriel Dell'Otto, the painters, those are my favorite, but he is my number 1. And then there's styles. There's obviously different styles, so watercolor would be one of my favorite styles of painting. So Ashley Wood or David Mack for that. I love that real gritty, so Riley Rossmo, Bill Sienkiewicz. Yeah, so those are my favorites right there. Question 3. So you got to give your 3 favorite writers. I wish, now I haven't read a lot of the old stuff, so, but from what I hear, everything coming out now, it's hard pressed to make an argument that the writing and the art back then is anything compared to what it is today, but I know people try. But so most of mine are, my farthest going back would probably be like Alan Moore, Neil Gaiman, but Jonathan Hickman, definitely one of my favorites. Rick Remender, Scott Snyder, Jeff Lemire. But yeah, probably Alan Moore, Hickman. Kingdom Come was one of the first books I read, so Mark Waid, that was freaking amazing. The Long Halloween is the first book I read, and that's Jeff Loeb. That was amazing. Oh, Minga, how can you not have Brian K. Vaughan in there? I got to tell you guys, I'm not done with the whole thing yet, but I'm four of the the bigger volumes of Y the Last Man. I think that's one of my favorite things going right now. I'm only a couple volumes into Sandman, so I can't really say that. I'm four of the big fat volumes into Preacher, so I'm almost done with that. But there's so many out there. The top three, man. I can't even freaking... Now, with my art, I was lucky enough to... Yeah, Del Auto is definitely my number one. With the writers, though, man, it's hard to pick a definitive, so no particular order with any of those. I know I listed a lot of them, but whatever. This is a get-to-know you video. Okay, so I'm going to show some books next. So the three... She wants to know 3 Grail books that you've been able to acquire. So, the first one I'll show, and I always love to show this. This is my Wolverine #1 of the 1982 4-issue miniseries. And this one right here is, I mean, okay, so it's signed by Stan Lee, but forget about that. Who cares about that on this book? That's not why I got this. Why I got this book is the sketch and signature from Herb Trimpe, which is the guy that did the very first panel of Wolverine in Hulk 180. And he drew it just in the same style right there, and then signed it right there. And then Len Wein is another creator of Wolverine, and he signed it right there. And then Louis Simonson and Joe Rubinstein also had their hands in it, I believe. So the only person that I'm missing on this book is Chris Claremont and Frank Miller that has anything to do with this. But yeah, this right here. And then, of course, everybody knows that we lost Herb Trimpe. Man, I can't believe I got this. I still look at that. Herb Trimpe sketch of Wolverine. I love it. So this is one that I've been able to acquire. And then Alex Ross, I just mentioned, one of my favorites. And I love that I was able to get this at my LCS for a great price. But this is the Harley Quinn's first appearance in the DC Universe. Amazing Alex Ross cover, and then just made even more amazing when we got to see it on film. No matter what your opinion is of that, of the movie, that scene was awesome. And you can't say that Margot Robbie didn't kill her performance at Harley Quinn. I mean, she is Harley Quinn. That was awesome. So this is definitely one of my grails that I've been able to get. Next one, definite grail. I got my copy of Preacher #1. I paid for it, but it's definitely... I don't think this has got to be, man. I think it needs a press, but I don't think there's any reason, unless the freaking grader was having a bad day, that this couldn't get like a 9.4 or 9.6. If he's having a good day, because it's got that white line of death. But other than that, it's freaking crispy, man. And it is pointy. No, we're not going to do that. But yeah, Preacher #1. I love it. And then this next one, I had a hard time picking the next one because this is one that it took me 4 or 5 months to be able to get this. This is Niobe #1, but this is the Hawkness Comics variant, Hoknes. They only did 100 of these, and it's just Mylar, but it's just absolutely phenomenal. Hold it back a little bit. Watercolor, just freaking gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And then this right here, when they sent it to me, yeah, that's right. I believe, oh yeah, Amanda Steenberg. When they sent it to me, they sent me this card. Awesome. But yeah, this took me a long time. Graded. Some people are trying to get a few $100 for these, but I didn't pay anywhere near that. Again, it's the paint, man. It's beautiful waterfall, Niobe jumping off of it. It's her transformation. It's very symbolic. 4-issue miniseries. There's more coming out. Her first appearance was in The Untamed. I hope you can see that because this is my favorite. And there is 100 of these. Some of them had to have been messed up, so there's probably a lot less than that around. This is a gorgeous copy. Definitely a holy grail for me. Okay, video is getting to be long enough. So the next, what comics are you wanting to break into? So for me, because I don't know, this is how I'm interpreting that. Manga. So this, as you can see, I got the bookmark ready to go. And this, by the way, I'll show because this is Jamie Lowe's. Works at my comic shop. He's an artist. And this is an actual... this is not like a print or anything. But he actually... this is original artwork by him. And he does all kinds of stuff. He is amazing. Jamie Lowe. Kick-ass dude. But he made that for me, so I'm ready to go to break into my, this is my horror manga. This is Uzumaki by Junji Ito. And Uzumaki, it's called, means spiral. You can see. And this has got all 3 volumes, so it's really awesome. And then, of course, reading the other way around, but I'm so excited to get this manga. That's what I'm going to be breaking into for sure. Excuse me. Any other hobbies? Not really. No. I've got some of the Pops statues. I intend, if I find some of those, I'll keep getting those. So, but no, nothing really else. Yeah. And then 3 books that I need in my collection. Hulk 180 and 181. I always say 180 first because I want that first sketch, I want that first panel of Wolverine done by Herb Trimpe, where he's coming at you. Everybody knows, well, everybody should know, I know everybody talks about 181, and that is the Grail book, but 180 is the one that I need. I need NYX number 3, and I need a copy of The Crow number 1. I need it. I gotta have it. So that's gonna be, yeah, that's it, guys. Long enough for the actually, no, I thought it was gonna be a little longer than this, but yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and anybody who's not subbed to Rez, please go check it out. She's awesome. She does a lot of the live shows. Does a lot of the live shows, longer videos. I love those longer videos. And check out her reviews. I love the way she reviews a book. And peace, love, and zombie boobs. God bless.